Welcome to the Navigating Dental Insurance Podcast, where we don't take from insurance companies. Here are your hosts, Mr. Jordon Comstock and Mr. Ben Tuine. This podcast is sponsored by BoomCloud Dental Membership Software, www.boomcloudapps.com, and Veritas Dental Resources, www.veritasdentalresources.com. Enjoy the show.
What's up, everybody, and welcome to another exciting episode of the Navigating Dental Insurance Podcast. I'm your co-host today, Jordon Comstock. With me, Tessina. What is up? How you doing, Tessina?
Good. How are you? Thank
Doing
you.
good. Long time no see. I usually
Yes.
am here with Ben, but Tessina's hanging out with us today, so good. Today, we've got an awesome guest, a good friend of all of ours here on the podcast, Elijah Desmond. He is the co-founder and CEO of Dental Pitch Brokerage. Elijah, welcome to the show. Brother, how you doing?
I'm doing good. I feel like I need some walk-on music, though. I need
Yeah.
walk-on.
Yeah, what would be your walk-on music if you could choose one?
Right now, I'd probably play the song Staying Alive. That's what I'm trying to do because I've been on the road so much.
Life's crazy right now for you.
Perfect.
Yep. Life is crazy.
So good. Yeah, dude. It's been a while since I saw you. So when Ben texted me today and said you're going to be on the show, I'm like, awesome. I haven't talked to Elijah, well, since that elevator ride you mentioned.
Yeah, it's been a while.
So, yeah, it's been a while. So what's new? Tell us about what you're doing and this new thing, Dental Pitch Brokerage, that you've been working on here.
Yeah. I mean, can I tell you like non-dental what I'm doing first?
Yeah, let's do that. That's always fun.
So I'm super excited about it. I've been a motivational speaker since 15 years old, speaking to kids at high schools. And I was given
Nice.
I was given a gift. My gift was being able to save kids' lives.
Oh.
And you know, I'm like, man, I'm tired of speaking at one high school at a time. So I want to make a bigger impact. What do I do? So 5 years ago, I decided to go to Scratch Academy to become a battle DJ, to put on these events called motivational concerts.
Okay, sweet.
My dream was having football stadiums filled with high schools, multiple, and bringing celebrities to the stadium to give a talk, not necessarily perform, but give a talk. I would DJ the event, I would MC the event, and then I would talk last. So pre-pandemic, I had 3 of these planned through Texas. They all got canceled due to the pandemic, but I kept the dream alive. I kept the dream
Nice.
alive. I kept my cell phone's screensaver was a stadium full of kids. And this September, I was able to dream come true. So I had like full-blown real world celebrities, like performances, like Gorilla Zoe. I don't know if you remember Gorilla Zoe or not, but Gorilla Zoe came. I had like the fastest rugby player in the world, 2-time Olympian. I had this guy with 1 billion views on YouTube doing beatbox with his little kid. And anyways, I was able to save 6
Cool.
kids from committing suicide that day.
Wow.
And
That's amazing.
which is better than 1 or 2. And so now I have 5 of those events planned in the next year and a half.
Oh, that's really cool.
All over the world.
Congratulations.
Thank you. So that's like what's weighing on me outside of business. Like I'm excited about. That's what I'm most excited about right now in my
That's
life.
really cool. That's really cool and unique, man.
Yeah.
So how long you've been doing the motivational thing? You said 15 years old?
So I was 50. I'm 38 years old now, and
Okay,
that
yeah.
was that's since I was 15. So that's man, I'm aging myself.
What I mean,
Three.
I'm a little bit older than you, so but we're good. What got you doing that?
At 15 years old, I was asked to go to a event called the Hugh O'Brien Leadership Camp, and it was 1 kid out of every high school to get selected.
Uh-huh.
And there's a bunch of leaders that go to a camp that's far away. And I heard a motivational speaker, and I'm sitting in the back of the room. I'll never forget it. And I'm like, oh my God, I want to do that. Like, so I started, and then I realized I had this gift. And whenever you go through I don't know if this is some crap. I don't know if this is a PG podcast or not, but whenever
we don't edit anything. Just go, bro.
whenever you go through some shit,
Yeah, there we go.
you can relate with people.
Yeah.
because you've been through it. And I've been through rock bottom 3 times in my life. I was never suicidal, but I've been through rock bottom. I know what it's like to lay in bed and not want to get up, and you want to just go
Yeah.
back to sleep, and you want to sleep for a long time.
Yeah. That's
And
rough.
so since you've been through it, there's other people in the audience that have been through it too. Not everybody, but there are people. And whenever you can make an impact so big, like that's my addiction, right? Some kids are addicted to drugs, some adults are. My drug is saving kids' lives. So, anyways, that's the personal thing. I live down here in South
Sweet.
Florida, with my beautiful wife, and I'm a girl dad, 6 and 11 years old. I got
I'm
a
a girl
knack.
dad too, bro.
Yeah.
It's wild.
Yeah. And got a knack for business.
Yeah. That's awesome, dude. No, really, really appreciate you sharing that with
Incredible.
us. So yeah, I mean, you've always done in the industry, you've always done the cool events, right? Everyone goes to
Yeah.
your events because they're cool, right? Because
Yeah.
there's the average boring dental event, and then there's Elijah stuff. That's how I remember you, at
Yep.
least as long as I've known you.
Yeah, and listen, doing things against the grain and different,
Yeah,
it has its like blessings and it has its curses, right?
sure.
Like I got put into a bucket from those events, right? The bucket
Yeah,
was
sure.
like Elijah just likes to have fun and party, and it's like, no,
There's nothing
actually,
wrong with that, bro.
like no, actually, you're just boring, and you took the word professional too far
Too
because
serious, yeah.
we are all humans,
Yep.
and humans do enjoy being around other humans they like. Humans also like music.
Yep.
Humans also like vacation. And so I basically put it all together and put it on a cruise ship and created Smiles at Sea, which by the way, I sold in June.
Okay.
And I've always just did out of the box events. I had an event that was just like Shark
Yeah.
Tank called Dental Tank. I had an event called Dentistry's Got Talent that was
Yeah, I
like
remember that one.
America's it was like America's Got Talent. I had the Dental Socials, which is the Grammy Awards for dentistry, where we bring together every type of influencer from 10 different categories, 5 deep, and then everybody wins. So I've always did things like very against the grain, and I've been in my own lane the whole time and supporting everybody. But the con to that is that when you are different, you get this finger pointed at you, and you become like not the black sheep, but to some the black sheep. And
Sure, yeah.
and it
Depending on.
is, yeah, it is what it is kind of thing. But that was not easy actually when I started my career, because it was like, should I be my authentic self and do the damn thing?
Yeah,
Or should I calm down my personality and not like really live and do the things I wanted to do?
sure.
And I chose to do exactly what I wanted to do. And I would say realistically, like 4 years, probably 5 years ago, right before the pandemic, it was like, all right, I made it to the point to where it just doesn't matter anymore. And as long as I do people right and I never burn a bridge and I serve my people, the people that don't agree with what I'm doing, which is different, I don't even see them. So it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter. It really doesn't
Yeah.
matter. It's probably good that you filter them out.
Yeah, there's like there's literally tens and thousands of people. And if you only are doing the right thing, like if you're only serving people, your people are going to find you. You don't need to go and
Yeah.
Yeah.
change for other people. As long as you're being a good person, there's bad people out there, right?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I know I'm not one of them, right? So as long as
You're a cool dude. You're a homie, bro. Yeah.
exactly.
Don't even worry about it.
Exactly. So anyhow, life has been good. Here's what I always tell people. Like my bank account is not near as big as so many people in our industry, outside the industry, in a lot of the rooms that I sit in. However, my relationship bank account is bigger than most rooms combined.
Yeah.
I don't care how big your bank account is.
You've been really good at networking from at least my perspective. Really
Oh,
good at meeting people, all sorts of people.
absolutely, and helping the underdog, right? So
Yeah.
I built my entire career on helping people that needed me, because at the beginning of my career, I knocked on the door and the door didn't get opened, or
Yeah.
of the person at the top, or I opened the door and it got slammed in my face because I wasn't there yet. I hadn't made it yet. I wasn't good enough. I couldn't provide them something. They wouldn't listen. So I was like, okay, I know I have a value in this industry. I'm gonna go help everybody who needs me. And I did it. And the crazy thing is now hundreds of those people are on the biggest stages. They're CEOs of companies. They've exited
Yeah,
companies
that's cool.
and they're at the top. So I don't hang out at the top. I actually hang out around the underdog area because I love to serve and help people. And
That's cool.
if you help enough people, the rest of the stuff follows.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's the good stuff. Yeah, the rest of the stuff is a byproduct of helping.
That's right.
Very cool. So you've done a lot in the dental space. What are you currently focused on today? What's your core focus?
That's three.
What's your three core focuses?
It's a good thing because pre-pandemic I had like 14 different LLCs, and so
Oh man, yeah, that's a lot to manage.
so it's a lot. And then I hired my business coach Eric Roman, and he helped me to have hard conversations. And I sold a lot of business. Like I've exited 7 times now. In the 20 businesses that I've started. I have. Sorry, I'm on a podcast right now. Hold on, you might have to edit that part out.
You're good. Yeah, we got it.
So I've started 20 businesses. I've exited 7 times, and now I've got very little. I have a couple businesses, right? So on a high level, I have a sell side brokerage firm. That's a national sell side brokerage firm. Very out of the box, by the way. It's not conventional. We should.
I was gonna say that's totally on brand then.
Yes, totally.
Yeah.
Totally on brand. And then I own a mastermind it's not for dentists, but it's for people that serve dental practices, products, services, software, IT, AI. All of them are founders. I have 68 members. I started it 4.5 years ago. And then we're about to launch, and it should be launched by the time this podcast is dropped, something that's called a GPO, a group purchasing organization. It stands for private practice dentistry and smaller groups, so they can get prices such as the Heartlands of the world because there's so many dental practices that are involved. So we're launching. It's called DSO Pricing, or DSOpricing.com is where you find it. So those are my 3 things, and it's completely a vertically integrated ecosystem. Everything feeds each other. Everybody wins in the entire ecosystem, and it just works. And everything is so established. The best part is I don't have to go out and like hunting for new clients. Like I don't need to have anybody. I get to be selective, which is a good place to be in.
That is a great place to be in. Yes. Yeah, we feel the same way here. I'm like, no, we're not going to do business with certain types of practices, right?
Yep.
It's really important,
Yes.
to separate that out, right? And keep your peace of mind.
Even for practice owners, right? To say
Yeah.
no to the certain types of patients, right? Because there's good patients and there's bad patients, right? As we all seen it in dentistry. So it's like it's really it's a healthy place to be in, but it's an important place to get to, whether you're running a practice or a software company or a brokerage firm, whatever, right?
Know your target audience, right?
Yeah.
And focus on that target audience.
Probably the most valuable word that I've ever learned in the world of business, and this would apply to almost everybody. It is the word no.
Yeah. It's stronger to say no.
I mean, like when I say yes, I mean it. My follow through is 100%. My communication is like impeccable. But when I say no, no means no. That doesn't mean I won't love on you and you're any, it just means that I'm not going to work with you.
Just a good boundary. Yeah.
It's a good boundary to have.
A healthy boundary.
And I do believe that long term, your no is so much better than your empty yes.
Yeah.
Because people yes people to death.
Sure.
And it
a lot of people pleasers out there. Sounds like it.
A lot of people pleasers.
Yeah.
For sure. But they're really doing the opposite because they don't follow through. They tell people an empty yes and they know it's no. And then they have people like expectations. Like just say no out of the gate. I'll respect you so much more.
Yeah. No, I agree with that. No, that's awesome. So walk us through. So I would imagine, is your core focus right now out of the 3, the brokerage firm?
Yeah. The brokerage firm is hands down the biggest focus. And I would say we get 50 to 100 inbound referrals and leads every single month. And
Nice.
we're very boutique and we have like a white glove service. So we only take on like 10%. So that no is important in that space, right?
Yes.
Now, the most important piece of that is 90% of the people, they aren't a good fit right now. And instead of shutting the door to them and slamming the door, I believe in helping the underdog and serving the underdog, right?
Yeah.
And if you help someone when they need you, chances of them remembering you long term are really high, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
And so actually, what just arrived today is that, you see that LED above me that says Dental Pitch Brokerage? It actually, the LED that arrived today, I couldn't get up in time. I'm sorry, you guys, but it says Dental Pitch Advisory and Brokerage. So,
nice.
Yeah, so the 90% of the people that we can't serve,
you're coaching and help them get to.
I'm advising them. Now I know all of the coaches. I'm not that.
Gotcha. You're advising them. Yeah.
I'm not. So what makes a practice a no?
Most things.
Great question.
First off, dentists, when they wait way too long to sell. Like they really should sell. They really should reach out to us 5 to 7 years before they want to sell. And
sure.
So most of the practices, let's say it like this: 25% of the practices that we work with are doctor-to-doctor transactions.
Yeah.
75% of the practices that we work with are selling or partnering with a DSO or a group. Okay. I stand for dentistry, so I could care less who you sell to. I just want what's best for the practice. But why a no? Well, first no is they want to leave the practice immediately. Like, I want to retire today. That's a no. It's a no, right? Next no is that I am below 2 million in revenue. For me, that's a no. But it's not a no. I can't help you and love on you and advise you and introduce you to everybody that gets you to the point to where you're a 2 million in revenue practice. But it's no, I can't work with you, right? A practice that has 3 or 4 chairs is a no.
Small practice, yeah.
If they're plumbed for 4 or for 5 or for 6, okay. But if
maybe.
It's 3, yeah, maybe. That's a maybe. That's a one box check. But it's a no. But instead of me saying like, sorry, you're too small, or sorry, you don't have enough ops, I'll say like, let me love on you. And guess what? It doesn't cost. It doesn't cost anything. It's free. It's 100% free because I know exactly what it takes to grow a practice, to sell for multiple millions of dollars.
Yeah.
And step number 1 is get the heck out of that lease or move or build out or something like, so that's a reason why we wouldn't take on somebody, because those practices are so hard to sell.
Yeah.
So, or let me give you another example. Hi, I'm a dentist and I have 3.5 million in revenue. And I will not sell to a DSO.
So limit the market, yeah.
That's what they say. I will not sell to a DSO. Guess what my answer is? No.
Yeah.
Well, why is that? Well, here's the reason why, is because a private practice dentist, the large majority, 95% of them, guess what? When they're ready to buy their first practice, they have student loans.
Yeah, they're not going to buy a $3.1 million practice.
It's not that they don't want to. They do.
They can't. Yeah.
They can't. They just got married. They just got a finance $1 million home.
Yeah.
And guess what? Now you want to buy a practice that's that much. Banks simply will not do it.
Just won't loan to them. Yeah.
So my answer is no. So my answer is no. But
you're gonna have no market. That's why.
You can market. It's almost impossible.
Yeah.
A practice that's 60% Medicaid. No. Doesn't mean that I can't help. So hear what I'm saying. I am not for everyone, and that's okay. I mean, our practices, the revenue of our practices ranges between 2 million and 150 million. 150 million is our biggest, right? But at the end of the day, people come and they want help, and I am here to serve everybody. Another thing is like, some people are just not ready to sell yet because they said so. They want 6 months, 12 months, 24 months. Perfect. I love to talk to them because then I can make it so they have like the perfect exit, right?
Sure.
And what happens is that if I can talk to people early enough, I can set them up for crazy success. If I talk to people at the last bit, so now like the 10% that I can work with, now I'm in competition with the other national brokers, which is fine. There's enough to go around. I don't want to meet them at the 10%. I want to meet them at the 90%, love on them, help them, bring them millions of dollars. And then when they come to sell their practice, guess who's the natural choice? Right? So, anyways, that's the reason for my nose. But
That's great.
There's another piece that we'll weave in maybe in a little bit is the second business, which is called Backstage. It is my mastermind. It's all these dental entrepreneurs that serve dental practices from, building them from de novos to growing them, to scaling them, to selling them, to wealth advisory after. I mean, like everything you could think of that everybody that services a dental practice, they all are part of my mastermind and they pay to be a part of my mastermind. They're all really good people, but here's the kicker. The 90% that are over here that are not ready to sell, they're not a good client. Guess what I do? I refer them to all of these resources with super strong culture, super strong people. These are CEOs and owners of these companies. I'm not referring them to a salesperson. I'm referring them to the people themselves. It could be a distributor. Sure. It could be a staffing agency to get them an associate, a hygienist. It could be a merchant services, every type of consultant that you can think of, revenue cycle management, AI, tech, software, products, services, everything. I have it. So when they come to me and say, Elijah, well, how come you're not charging for your advisory? Number one, I'm not holding on to your hand and like a consultant, right? I'm not trying to hold you account. I'm not keeping you accountable.
Yeah, sure.
Which is the hardest thing. Like, man, I tell you,
it's really hard.
Consultants have the hardest job
they really
ever.
do.
You're like, all right, listen, this is how you fix your problem that you're paying me for. You mix flour, a half a cup of milk, and 2 sticks of margarine or butter. And then they do 1 stick of butter, they do powdered sugar, and then the flour, they ran out of it, and then they don't mix it. And there's a reason why it didn't hurt enough. It didn't hurt enough. Like you want somebody to click the button, and then they blame it on the consultant.
Yeah.
Well, no, you weren't ready for change. Well, here's the really cool part. When people come to me, typically an average, they're 6 months out from selling. That's average. Maybe a year from selling. Now it actually matters. You're willing to do what it takes to have success. You're ready to let go of that terrible, bad, stank attitude office manager or hygienist that's just hitting a deep cloud on the whole office, right?
Yeah.
But because this is the biggest time of your life, you are about to hit the grand slam home run and nothing should get in the way of it. So now all of a sudden the consultants that I'm like referring to all these different types of offices, those consultants, they work. Why? Because it hurts enough to make it work, right? And all the stuff that I recommend, they do it. I don't need to hold them accountable because it's like, all right, if I save you $10,000, okay, and go straight to your bottom line, that's not $10,000. That's actually $60,000 on the sale. If I save you $100,000, it's 600, 700,000. So it's completely different. So anyways, yeah, that's a little bit about it. And I can't forget this. So I am a DJ. It's gonna tie into Dental Pitch Brokerage in a second. I am a DJ. I love music. This year I'm in 8 countries, all dental conferences, 25 cities, all dental conferences. And I'm either educating or I'm throwing the big party at night.
You're the DJ party, yeah.
I'm the DJ.
That's cool, yeah.
And so how we shook up the brokerage space and why every broker, and love brokers, by the way. I have 4 other national brokerage firms in my mastermind, Total Abundance Mindset, right? But
totally.
But how we shook up the broker space, and they didn't take me serious at first, was we threw an event that was just like Shark Tank. And it was called Dental Pitch. And we have a dentist that could own 1 location or multiple locations. They walk into a private room with 10 buyers. And when they walk in, that's my walk-on song, by the way. When they when they walk into the room with 10 buyers, they have a walk-on song. And they come onto the stage, the buyers are all standing up clapping for the seller. It's like the biggest moment of their life. They walk up, they come onto the stage, and I interview them in front of the buyers and about their practice. And we actually make it a fun event. And then the buyers ask questions, and it saves so much time on the sale because
it's smart.
Like culture is everything. Like you have to know if you're in a complete alignment with the group that you're selling to.
Yeah.
And the group has to know that they're in complete alignment with your attitude and your personality and your office personality as a dentist, right? So we find that out at the beginning of the process, not the end of the process. So it shortens it tremendously. It's a fast process compared to the norm. And so since I brought that in and I included music, and I have my hat backwards in like 10 pictures, they like DJ Smiles. How's DJ Smiles going to sell dental
DJ
practice?
Smiles.
Like nobody wanted to take DJ Smiles serious, right? And so believe it or not, I could have my music, I could have my fun. The sale process does not have to be hard. And at the end of the day, like it was different. And so now 3 years later, these brokers are looking at me like, oh my God, what just happened? It worked.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
It worked in all those relationships that I built over the years with all the speakers and all the influencers and everything. Like, I'm not going to, there's nothing secret around here. Like, I pay everybody 10% of my commissions that brings me a buyer or a group buyer or a seller. So I pay 10% to like all of my referral partners. And I'm not like, I keep it above table. I keep it in integrity. I tell everybody what it is. And like, that's how I have so many, like I have the relationships, right? But I also am paying the people to bring me the opportunity. And I already have a strong relationship formed with all of these trusted individuals. I've done right by everybody, and it just worked out. So
that's awesome.
Yeah.
What type of questions would you ask these practice owners on stage?
Yeah. Why'd you become a dentist?
Okay.
How's the culture in your practice?
Do most of them know when you ask like the culture question? Do they know? Do they design the culture, or is it just kind of a shit show?
Every time they're on stage, they designed it. Right? You pull the curtain back a little bit. They're like, it might be a shit show. But another question that I ask them is like, how long do you want to stay at your practice after you want to sell? What makes you want to sell? Right? All important questions. And then there's nobody in the audience, my audience is buyers, that can ask a financial question. Very important. Why? Because dentists are not used to answering those financial questions, and they shouldn't be, because that's not what they do. And here's what makes us like completely different besides that than the large majority of the broker, 90%. Most people in the brokerage space, what is normal? Something that's called a valuation. Okay. Now, valuations oftentimes, not all the times, oftentimes are simply wrong.
Sure, yeah.
So what happens is that when a valuation gets presented to a buyer that is a sophisticated, who's a sophisticated buyer? That means that you buy multiple practices.
Yeah, I was going to say a financial buyer who knows how to read the numbers, and
you have to know the numbers. You have to know the data.
A true investor, yeah.
Which is not a normal doctor. Okay,
yeah.
So you can do evaluation and present it to a normal doctor, a doctor transaction. They'll be like, okay, great. Sounds like a $1.5 million. Let me talk you to 1.3 to make sure I got a deal. The issue is when you take a practice that has a valuation to a sophisticated buyer, which we have over 100.
They're going to pick it apart.
It's wrong. First off, you put them in a bad position because you made them believe that your practice was worth $2 million.
Yeah.
But really it's worth $800,000.
Yeah.
Now it looks like you got lowballed when really that's not the case.
It's like they just did the math.
It's just math. So
Just math.
But here's what they do. They do something called a quality of earnings.
Okay. Yep.
Quality of earnings is going to take the past 3 years of all of their financials, their collections, their production. It's going to take active patients. It's going to take new patients past 3 years. Then rolling 12. Then they're going to do, most importantly, what is your EBITDA?
Yep.
More importantly, what is your adjusted EBITDA? And I'll make it super easy. EBITDA is considered, or adjusted EBITDA is considered, your net profit after your normal pay, prior to any distributions, but essentially it's your net profit after your doctor's pay. Now, and 20% is really a good target. 20% EBITDA margin. So if you have
after doctor pay, 20%.
After doctor pay. So if you have a practice that's $2 million, what's 10% of $2 million? It's $200,000. What's 20% of $200 million? It's $400,000. So $400,000 would be an on target EBITDA margin that some people have, some people don't. Now, important to know that, let's say if somebody's EBITDA margin is 13%, there may be other brokers out there that will sell you. I will not. I'll tell you to cool the jets. Let's do some advisory work. You're not even being charged for advisory work.
Sure. So if they're at 13%, like you said, and you said if they get to 20%, like how much difference of valuation do they get from 13% to 20% of EBITDA?
Oh yeah. So let's just do the math. Okay. Yeah. So you have a 10% EBITDA margin on 200,000 is $200,000. So let's just bump it down to easy math, call it $150,000. So you have approximately $150,000 of EBITDA that my goal is to get you in the next 6 months to 12 months. Okay. And I do really easy EBITDA levers too, like super, like dumb easy stuff, right? Like, all right, let's get the same crown, same quality for $100 less. Let's get the same glove that was $30, exactly the same, but not through a monster, distributor for $12. Like that's the easy stuff that I'm talking about. Not like going in and changing up your culture and all this stuff, right? But some little stuff. So 150,000 times a 6 times multiple. Let's do that. 100 times 6 is 600. Is
that pretty common, a 6x multiple on EBITDA? Okay.
Yes. It can go higher. Possible to go lower, but I always like to say numbers low, and so that way when we crush it for them, that you're happy instead of high.
Of course, yeah.
Now, but for a $2 million practice with $400,000 EBITDA, I would say yes, absolutely. I can say that with full confidence that you will be able to get in this market when you're selling to a group a 6 times multiple plus. So $150,000 of EBITDA comes out to, I think, $900,000 more in a sale. That's almost $1 million from you going from 13% to 20%.
Yeah.
Roughly. Right?
That's $900,000 in valuation.
Yeah. Yep. Total TV.
That's
total
huge.
And you kind of mentioned, I want to point out some little easy things that the offices can do to get there. But maybe I'm jumping ahead, Jordan, but what are some other things that the offices would do to prepare or to help them increase those numbers?
Absolutely. Well, the wrong thing to do is try to ramp up your production crazy. That means that you're working hard. You're going to have to continue to work that hard for 5 years.
Yeah.
The right thing to do is pull levers. They call them EBITDA levers to boost your production. So the first thing you should do, hands down, no questions asked, is you absolutely need to go and look at your lab. Second thing, go and look at your distributors. Third thing, there's this merchant services that exists.
Underestimated.
Your patients are not paying that. 70% of the country. 30% have caught on. Guess what? You can pass that along to your patients now.
Yeah, if you're surcharging.
That's on average 3%. Okay, 3% is going to hit straight to that bottom line. So let's just say a $2 million practice conservatively with pushing the cards through the credit cards is going to save like $30,000. $30,000 times 6 is
There we go.
$180,000. Bam. How
Yeah,
about,
that's cool.
yeah, I mean, there's just so many things. And look, you use somebody like Ben and to do insurance negotiation. Now all of a sudden you're talking 7% more, 8%
Yeah.
more. When you do the math, is very straightforward. There's a lot of products out there that can be consolidated. You can be really efficient. A lot of people are paying $100 to $800 for stuff that does the same thing.
Mm-hmm.
And so like there's this the efficiency is everything.
Sure.
And a lot of people don't understand that. They're like, oh, let me just work harder. It's not that does not make sense.
Yeah, that's increased production. Yeah, that's not very smart. Efficiency and like improving your profit quality is way easier than just trying to get more out of if you're at 13%
So, I mean,
EBITDA,
yeah,
right? It's saying like, well, if to get to, $200,000 in excess profit, we got to do more production. That's really hard
exactly. So
and
let me
very
just
expensive because then that requires marketing and all that
risk.
stuff. Yes, yeah,
Yeah.
really expensive.
And let me make it even easier than this. Check this out. If you go and invest on something to get more patients in or whatever it is.
Yeah.
If you go and invest, if you make $1,000, okay, you can count on taking home or adding to your EBITDA $200. Got it?
Yes.
Now, that $200 is going to be a 6 times when you go to sell. Okay. So that $200 is really like you're going to make $1,200 off that because you saved, you increased EBITDA by $200. So really, if you increase it, times by 6. Okay. So that's $1,200. Now let me go ahead and take the same $1,000 and I make those efficient dollars, meaning you saved $1,000 because you switched from Invisalign to OrthoFX, for example.
Sure. Yeah.
Okay. 2 cases, knocked it out. Well, guess what? That $1,000 goes straight to your bottom line. That $1,000 is actually worth $12,000.
Yeah.
That is 10 times the amount of money. Why wouldn't you focus on being more efficient?
Yeah. That's universal in all businesses, right? It's like if you can get revenue to be more efficient or improve the quality of revenue so profit increases, like that's
Yep.
that's the game we're all playing, right? In business.
That is the game we're playing. Absolutely.
Yeah, no, I love this, man. This has
Oh,
been awesome.
I
Go
forgot.
ahead.
I almost forgot. I went off on a tangent. I do have ADD. I apologize.
I think we all do, dude.
So check this out. The biggest mistake that I see is that, remember I told you that the valuations were like off most of the time?
Mhm.
Yes.
I didn't finish that thought. What we have all of our practices do is we have them go and get something called a quality of earnings light.
Yep.
Okay. So the whole world is focused on buyers get the quality of earnings. People completely miss the boat on the sellers should be doing the Q of V, the quality of earnings light. And so we don't charge any fees up front. None. In fact, we don't even get paid until the very end if the seller sells.
If
right?
it happens, yeah.
Advisory free, all the resources free, unless you decide to sell. Now, what we do is we make them pay to get a quality of earnings. Super important.
Yeah.
It is the biggest mistake I see made time and time again.
From the seller side?
Yes. And the sellers kick back and say, why do I want to get a quality of earnings? Why don't you do a valuation? Or I'll have my CPA do it. CPAs do not do
they're historians.
Earnings.
Yeah, they're historians. They're money historians.
And you're about to make millions of dollars. You want to save a couple bucks by going to your CPA who doesn't do. Now, of course, they're going to, we can do a quality of earnings. I can tell you what your EBITDA is. Bullshit.
Yeah.
We want forensic accounting.
Yeah.
And we want to go to the buy. And here's why the buyers love us. because the buyers know that we're not going to give them a crazy number. We are ultimately bidding on the terms, the best terms, and the multiple of EBITDA. Is it 5? Is it 6? Is it 7? Is it 8? And we can do that with confidence because we have a quality of earnings. They spent the seller spent $3,500 on it. It
Yeah.
speeds the process up. It makes it so people are happy at the end. I almost forgot to close that thought. It was very important because it's how
Yeah.
that is one of the ways that we are extremely different than
Walk
the
through,
majority.
like, if somebody may have not know what quality of earnings is, if they're maybe
Yes.
thinking about their practice, give a short definition of that for the
A-
audience.
The end goal of a quality of earnings is to determine how much net profit that you have left over after all things have been taken out, including your personal doctor's pay. And then you are allowed to add back
Yeah.
all the things, meaning the cone beam that you bought that was a one-time expense, the laser that you bought, the consultant that you paid for that was $40,000, the fee that you got charged to optimize your insurance plan, the vacation that you went on with
Yeah.
with your team that you happen to throw your spouse in there and count that as a write-off too. The
Yeah, all that
cash,
stuff. There's a lot of that.
yeah, the cash that you didn't account for, because you took the cash out and put it in there so you didn't pay tax. All of that. It is so important. It is so
Yes.
important, and to think that somebody would go and first off, I think it's almost disgusting that this hasn't happened before. Like, how in the world have people not thought to do the quality of earnings and just did a valuation, pie in the sky?
Yeah.
And look, some valuations are good, so I'm not knocking everybody, but many of them are not. And so they're looking at 3 years of your financials, forensic.
Yep. Yep.
They're looking at your profitability. That is what a quality of earnings is. I have 3 companies that we refer out to for the quality of earnings, but do not let your CPA try to tell you
Yeah.
they can do it. It's the most annoying pushback that we have ever.
That's interesting. Yeah, a good CPA is good for, tax strategy and just
Tax is.
reporting. It's historical revenue, which is great, but they're not going to go deep and do exactly what you're saying.
Right.
That's really interesting. No, this has been really awesome, Elijah. I really, really love having this conversation on the show today. So, people listening, and if they're thinking, I really want to sell, or I'm 12 months away, or whatever they may be thinking, how do they get in contact with you, and how can you help them determine if they're ready or not, and then you can give them the love, the Elijah
Yes.
love.
Give you some
Give them the
love.
love.
Give them some
Come-
love, baby.
Come get this teddy bear love. The best way to get in touch with me the best way is like social media, honestly.
Just like finding it out and be like, "What's up, bro? Want to
Yes.
talk to you?" Sweet.
Yes. Shoot me a text on social. My website is dentalpitchbrokerage.com. If you want to know how much your practice is like, and this is not a true valuation, but if you just want to know like how much you think my practice is worth, we could tell you in 5 minutes. You don't have to spend
Like
10
a
or
rough
20
estimate, yeah.
a rough estimate. You don't have to spend ten or $20,000 or $5,000 to get the
Yeah.
advice. Like, just call us up. There's like a form on our website, and also, I don't think I was too rough with my nose, but you have to understand that we work with a very little bit of people. We're white
Yeah.
glove, but we service. Like in my mastermind, I have 4 or 5 other national brokerage firms, so we refer out way more than we keep, but we help everybody.
Yeah.
And then also, and I don't know if we're going to talk about this or not, but all of my mastermind, all 68 entrepreneurs, we basically have teamed up to create something called DSO Pricing and DSOpricing.com. And it's a group purchasing organization. And ultimately, what we're focused on is growing your EBITDA. So if we are
Yeah.
able to save you, let me call it for $400 a month, if we're able to save you $3, $4, $5, $6,000 a month, it is the smartest thing you could ever do. So all of us have got together to give pricing for everything you could ever use. That's essentially just better pricing than a regular private practice or small group.
Sure. Awesome. So dentalpitchbrokers.com and
Brokerage.
Brokerage. Thank you. Brokerage.com. We'll have that in the show notes, so you don't listen to me. Just go to the show notes. And then DSOpricing.com is the other one.
Yep.
Okay.
DSOpricing.com is the GPO. Yep.
And then, as you guys witness, Elijah's a pretty cool dude. Go reach out to him on social media. He's always responsive. I've always been able to get in touch with him anytime I want to reach out. He's awesome. So, with that said, we hope everyone has a rockin' day.